What's up, YouTube? So in this video I want to show you that one thing that you need to know, or that you need to understand before you for you to be consistent in profit. Because as a lower time trader, you need that there is something you need to factor in first in before you take any trade, any single trade. And I can tell you that 99% of retail traders that I've seen, both on YouTube, everywhere, even on offline, that I've seen, that I've met, don't consider all these things. They don't consider it, and that is the major key things for you to be consistent as a forex trader. So in this video I want to show you that, and I will show you how I've used it to take trades and trades and trades upon trades that have gone in my direction, that have made me some money that is fueling my private life. So what I will tell you now is that we should go to my computer screen so that I can show you all these things. If you like what I've been doing on this channel, if you are yet to subscribe, or you want to become consistent, or you want to learn the spirit or the act of trading successfully, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And even if you don't feel like subscribing, for the effort put into the video, please just like the video. So the secret to consistency when it comes to making money from trading is what we call market sentiment. Okay, so market sentiment, okay, is what majority of traders don't really focus on. And if you are trading on lower time frame, if you are trading on lower time frame, you need to be wary of what is or you need to be wary of this sentiment, what is going on in the market. Before you take any trade, or before you trade any asset or any security, you need to understand the sentiment behind sentiment that is going on at that particular time. What is actually going on at that particular time relating to that sentiment? That will help you to take a proper decision. Okay, let me give you an instance. Okay, we all know that when just a minute. Okay, we all know that when the market was consolidating and then all this crash was happening, was as a result of tariff. Okay, now if you are a trader and you are trading on lower time frame, just like this, since you are aware that tariff is the reason why we have all this crashing, and you know what tariff is doing to the economy of United States, okay, and you know what it's going to do to the stock market, what you should be looking out for is sell. That is the sentiment. Because there is tariff, there was fear in the market, people were taking their money away from risk assets like stocks, equity markets, and crypto. Because of that, you see crypto falling because people were selling. So that is you understanding the sentiment. So you know tariff. As soon as you know that tariff is still, the fear of tariff is still in the atmosphere, what you want to be doing is look for sell opportunity, and you can see the market sold for a long time. Okay, but then something happened. What happened is that after that, there was announcement. Trump started saying, making positive, some kind of statement that he has not been making before, that has to do with, we've been talking to China on how to de-escalate the tariff war and all those kind of things. Those are signs that Trump is now backing off from that tariff, and because of that, market started seeing some positive push to the upside. As soon as I realized that market is beginning to react towards those positive, some kind of positive outlooks in that regard, I started looking for buy opportunity, and that is why I bought here. And then this particular breakout, this particular trade here, in fact, I talked about it in my Telegram group. Like, I just posted it. I said, buy at a breakout, but I didn't buy at a breakout. I bought at the close of my VWAP indicator. Sorry about that. So I bought at the close of my VWAP indicator. That was when I bought, and I hold. And why did I buy here? I bought this market because It was on Friday. Yes, it was on Friday, and there was this news that Trump and China will be meeting on Saturday to have that discussion regarding how they can likely lower their tariff. That is a good or positive move in that regard. So I bought. So after the market closed down on Friday like this, on Monday before when the market closed, the market jumped up, and then we have this rally that has been taking place since that time. So this is me here capitalizing on the market sentiment. Okay, so now what happened is this: when the tariff was seriously going and the equity market is not suitable to trade, like market was crashing, why a lot of people lose money. I actually lost money as well at some point. So when a lot of people were losing money, what you need to do is that since the equity market is investors are taking their money away from equity market, what you want to do is that where do you think the investors are going to put their money? They are going to put their money in safe haven assets like gold. So because of that, I started looking for gold. You can see me taking decision based on what is actually going on, based on the sentiment in the market. So I started looking for gold buy. So while all this crash was going on, I was buying gold. Okay, and this gold is what I use to pass my pro firm challenge. Okay, you can see. Let me show you from beginning. Okay, it started here. Okay, this was not based on this first one is not based on the sentiment, but this is based on sentiment. Okay, I started looking for buy opportunity. I bought gold here. Little retracement, I bought gold here. Head and shoulder pattern, I didn't obey it because you can see the head and shoulder pattern because of the sentiment in the market. So I know gold is going to continue to buy. So after the break of the second shoulder to the upside, I bought again. This consolidation I bought, then this crash happened. Doing this move to the upside, people were taking profit, definitely. So I took some losses because I think I bought here too, and it just kept, I bought here, it kept down. But after that, this consolidation happened, I bought. Okay, pull to this side, I bought again. This happened, I bought again. So I kept buying because of the tariff. Okay, but now after the change in the market, in the tariff market, after Trump started showing after the meeting and everything, investors started putting their money into equity market, and then you see this crash that happened. It's called here from double top. If you go to daily, this is double top, and then it started crashing to the downside. Right now, the gold market is not appealing. Investors are not they are not looking into safe haven asset because of the optimism that has come back into the equity market. A lot of them are putting their money into stock market. That is why you've been seeing stock market rallying. So as a matter of fact, after I could have sold here. I could have sold because I know it's no longer appealing. It doesn't appeal to investors anymore. So you can see how I'm using sentiment to trade here. So I'm not just basing my analysis on technical alone. I'm considering what is actually going on before I do anything. So what I want to show you right now is, so how do I get all the sentiment? Take for example, I want to trade gold. I will first come here. There are two ways I do this quickly. I'm going to show you. Sometimes I just come here and this particular small button, okay, I will open it and then start try to read what is here. I can click on more to see, or just open one and then you just be pressing S. Bitcoin outshine all in 2025. Official report from Russian Central Bank says Bitcoin strengthened. I'm not reading Bitcoin, and this is good. Okay, so let me open this and then probably I can just move it to show you if I can see more previous, because this is 9 hours ago. Okay, these are not recent. So let me see. Okay, more information that can actually tell you the direction. Gold future end week on negative note. Okay, so why is this? You want to read this kind of information. Gold's front month contract settled down 1.2% to 3,180 once for the week. The contract declined, the largest weekly clinical. Growing interest in re-engaging. Okay, look at this. Growing interest in re-engaging in equities and other assets have weighed on gold, but whether there is more short-term downside remains unclear. Okay, amid the trade onslaught, the probability of a recession has risen substantially, says the World Gold Council in a note. The organization says investors should keep in mind that considerable downside risk remains for other asset classes, leading to greater safe haven demand, notably gold. So basically, this asset is saying that there is still possibility that investors are still likely to buy gold because of that risk of inflation, which is going to have effect on commodities like gold. Sorry, I say commodities, equity markets, stock market, like your stocks, name it, whatever stocks it is. So these are some of the things. You read and understand what is actually going on. That way you can know where to focus on. So as a matter of fact, despite the fact that there is this downward trend might have even stopped here. This downward movement might have even stopped here. You might start seeing gold going up because there is fear of inflation in the US, or recession rather. So that is exactly what I'm actually looking at. Probably if this this thing breaks on Monday next week, I might probably take a buy and put my SL just below here. After all, this is a key level. I mean this particular level. Let me just put this here. Sorry, this particular point. So if price breaks my VWAP, I will just enter the buy position and put my SL here. So basically, that is just how I look at the market, because I know the sell is because investors are just looking into the equity market, but there is still fear of recession and all those things. So people are still going to buy. Moreover, gold is always going to buy, even though there is pullback, although nobody knows how deep it is based on that article too. So these are the things. So another way in which I try to understand what's going on is I look at this website. I always read this website every weekend. I don't know, my system is somehow slow and okay. So I look at this this particular website called Yahoo Finance, and I do that just to see what's going on in the equity industry and then how I can capitalize on that. Okay. Okay, so let's just hope it's going to open now. Okay. Okay, so here I will come here to see what's actually going on. Trump tells Walmart to eat the tariff after retail warns of price hike. Walmart said Saturday it will keep prices as low as we can for as long as we can. Okay, so you want to read that and understand what is actually going on. Trump to speak to Putin and Zelensky in fresh peace bid. Okay, I think this has happened. I don't know, but you can read. Okay, so I will look at all this area. Trump tells woman to read. Okay, I will look at all this area and see information. Let me look down. Can see. Okay. Tariffs falling faster than Wall Street expected. Okay, so this now I want to read it. Okay, I want to read and understand what is actually going on. Probably people are beginning to cut tariff. US is beginning to cut tariff from countries, and this is a positive. These are positive information. In fact, let me open it down, because after this video I'm going to read that. So that is the second thing I do basically. So so that is what you want to do. Let's say for example, because I don't really trade much assets anymore, I only trade S&P 500, Nasdaq, and then I trade gold and US oil. So I just included BTC recently again, because I've actually stopped trading crypto for a while now. So so for oil, I do the same thing. I look at the sentiment, what is actually going on. Right now there is oversupply. There is oversupply of crude oil, which is definitely going to sell this sell oil. So right now all this move to the upside is just based on short-term sentiment. Okay, but on a long term, this market is definitely going to sell because there is oversupply. If you read here, you are definitely going to see some information regarding that. So if you read all these things, let me just open this one. Now, oil up for second week. Okay, so let's look at the information here. WTI crude future climbed 1.4% to settle at 62.5 per barrel on Friday, logging a weekly gain of over 2%. Their second in a row. A 90-day tariff truce between the world's two largest oil consumers help suit concern about weakening demand. Okay, you can see that. So the demand for oil before was very low. Like people expected a low demand because of the tariff war, so it's going to slow economy down. Okay, so but now that we have this 90-day truce between US and China, they believe that China might start more productions and then more energy will be consumed. So that is definitely going to increase the demand of oil. So that is why. Meanwhile, uncertainty linger over a possible US-Iran nuclear deal, which could bring an additional 400,000 barrels per day to the market. So this is another thing that could cause oversupply. Okay, despite the potential supply increase, hopes for US rate cuts continue to support a bullish outlook by potentially boosting economic activity and oil demand. Okay, so however, caution remains as US crude oil stockpile rules and the IEA projected a supply surplus due to higher OPEC output. Analysts also lower long-term oil prices forecast, citing trade policy uncertainty. So if you look at this article now, you will see it is between demand and supply. So you want to see which one has the weight. Is it the supply? Because OPEC are actually releasing a lot of oil into the market, so which is oversupply. So I still feel that market can sell, and all this information can also affect a short-term buy, which means that you can capitalize on both. Okay, if you see technically, if you see an opportunity to buy. If you see an opportunity to sell, because the market supports one way or the other. But on the demand side, the data are not really strong, because there is still, you can see analysts also lower long-term oil prices forecast because all these trade policies, they are uncertain. So this is what I want to show you. I believe this information is helpful. Make sure that you consider the sentiment of the market before you jump into the market. You don't just want to rely blindly on technical analysis and then get caught up into all this unnecessary move. Okay, so see you in my next video. I believe this one is very helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay.